Made in Australia.
Well, look, it's been a little while, Brother Morgan, a little bit rusty with this. Didn't realize we're going to be entering straight away. So I am Brother John Villanueva. Good night to all of you listeners and watchers from all over the world. We are here from the land down under in the show called Made in Australia, currently located here in Penrith because we are having our Christian Family Organization Day to celebrate the end of year. But to talk about the show, we'll be highlighting some of the things we talked about during the year. Throughout the years, this 2024, we've been able to show you some amazing stories, different cultures, and in fact, fascinating places to see. So today we're going to be learning all about going back, reminiscing about the things that we looked at throughout the year. And one of the ones who's going to be assisting us today will be one of our beautiful hosts, of course, Sister Steph. Sister Steph, how you doing? Tell us where you are. Sister Steph, I think you're still on mute at the moment. There you go. Go ahead, Sister Steph. How about you?
Okay.
We're here, Made in Australia again.
Hello po, I am Sister Stephanie Nicole Limuka po, and you can call me Steph po. For the park, represent po. And I'm also here po inside the Penrith po, school po, and at Kingswood. So we are now celebrating CFO Day po, and Happy New Year po. Hello po.
Yes, definitely a Happy New Year. We'll be talking a lot about what's happened throughout the year. What we expect for 2025 as well. Another host. If you got a beautiful host, we must have a handsome host as well. And that comes in the form of Brother Morgan. Brother Morgan, please introduce yourself.
Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, beloved brethren, all our beloved viewers. I'm Brother Morgan Goodfellow from the local congregation of Townsville in the Ecclesiastical District of Queensland, bringing you our end-of-year special for 2024, just giving us a recap of all the blessed moments we've had here on INCRadio, the rebranding of Made in Australia. So thank you for the introduction, Brother John. Sister Steph, it's a pleasure to have you on. Always a pleasure to be a part of INCRadio Made in Australia.
Yes, of course. But before we continue reminiscing about what we're going to talk about, what we should do is maybe, Sister Steph, you got a little bit of noise in the back. May I have to put yourself in mute there for a little while? Okay. Yeah. Before we reminisce about our unforgettable moments today, let's take a look at some of the people that has been supporting us, who would like to share who would share the activities. I'm sorry. We're going to just look at what's happening all around our district at the moment, especially here. We'll tell you all about what's happening here. This is the stuff you can probably hear. It's quite busy at the moment, the CFO Day, but let's listen to what's happening around Australia in terms of the bulletin. So please, Kuyatech, if you can put on the bulletin, that would be great for us to see.
Good day, I am Sister Lois Yamuta from the local congregation of Melbourne. This week's bulletin would be a bit different. As the year comes to a close, join me as we look back at a fruitful and productive year of activities strengthening the love for brotherhood and extending kindness to our communities in the land down under. Let's get started and have a look at the year that was, 2024. In 2024, brethren in Australia engaged in artistic and musical activities. Members from the Children's Worship Service showcased their artistic abilities all year round through various activities such as banner making, crocheting, and family portrait painting, to name a few. Brethren also undertook music workshop. I also recall various musical evangelical missions being held this year. It is really amazing to see activities allowing the brethren to display their talents and use them as means to share their faith. I think we shall look forward to more art and musical activities next year. Now, 2024 would not be complete without cooking activities. Am I right? We've seen various local congregations from districts all over Australia held competitive yet friendly cook-off between Buklod members or different Christian family organizations. Our eyes and tummies were filled with sumptuous dishes from various cuisines, be it main dishes, appetizers, or desserts, prepared by the brethren. I am sure that we still can't get enough of cooking activities and will definitely see more culinary skills in display in 2025. 2024 was a year filled with sports activities. This year, the brethren all over Australia engaged in various sports activities: basketball, volleyball, bowling, aqua golf, track and field. What else am I missing? Local congregations and districts held unity games featuring individual, by pair, and team sports, which allowed the brethren to have fun while competing with each other. I am sure that the adrenaline rush comes back every time we remember these fun-filled games. Sportsmanship, brotherhood, and unity in action are all in display in these activities. Shall we look forward to more sporting activities next year? And of course, in 2024, we gave back to our communities in the best possible way we can. INC giving activities in Australia were in full force all year round, from blood donation drives, cleanup activities, food distribution, school bag donations, to appreciation and recognition of various members of our communities. Acts of kindness, compassion, and generosity were all showcased by the brethren. Indeed, our efforts to pay it forward to our members of the community go a long way. It is truly fulfilling and rewarding to be part of initiatives like this. As I always say, brethren in Australia took every opportunity to do good whenever they possibly can. Oh wow! See? It was a productive, inspiring, and fun-filled year. Our time is definitely not enough to have a run-through of all the magnificent activities that happened here in Australia this year. What are your most memorable activities of 2024? Are there activities that you're looking forward to see in 2025? Share it to us. And so I guess, as I always say, that's a wrap for 2024. I look forward to seeing you next year as we continue with another round of bulletin updates, keeping you in the loop and updated on activities happening in the land down under. See you everyone, and Happy New Year!
Wow, thank you very much, sir. Our beautiful sister giving us a report for the wrap up for the year. There's some really good highlights. I like the cooking challenge. You like that, Brother Morgan? The cooking. You know what would be a real challenge though? Healthy cooking challenge. That'll be a bit of a challenge for most people, but that's something I would like to see for 2025. What would you say your highlight would have been in terms of activities, Brother Morgan? And then I'll ask Sister Steph.
Yeah, absolutely, Brother John, Sister Steph. My highlight for this year would have definitely had to been the blood donation drive. In particular, this year was my first year of contributing or donating blood, so it was quite memorable and momentous for myself in that regard. Sister Steph, how about yourself?
Maybe the highlight po that I really liked po was the blood donation as well po, and also the backpack giving po, because like kids here in Australia, I think they really need the backpack donations po. And it's really good po that all of the locals here in the District of New South Wales po, they donated, and then they really give a lot of help to all of those in need po.
That's right, Sister Steph, Brother John. It's, the aims and aspirations of the church administration for the Iglesia Ni Cristo to all the more give to our fellow men. So we appreciate all the efforts thus far in this year. But before we go exploring, we'd continue to acknowledge our amazing supporters participating in our shows in sending your wonderful photos. Let's watch a quick short video to show our appreciation to our beautiful and handsome supporters. Koya Tech, if we could just load up our thank you video. I used to never be able to swim. Ever since not being able to swim, I kind of forced myself to learn how to swim to stop myself from drowning, basically. Firstly, we have the Iglesia Ni Cristo, and that unity allows us to open up to all sorts of cultures worldwide. the 4 seasons in one day is something commonly known in Melbourne in particular. We don't get that in Townsville. In Townsville, we only get our wet and dry season. So, snake species, Australia is host to, majority of the world's most venomous snakes. So it's always something new, especially here in Townsville, with the humid climate up here. We have a lot of snakes breeding, and we have a lot of reports of snake catchers catching various species of snakes. So we're always getting new farmers, I believe, like a while ago, from farmers where they'd just be a bit tired from work in the field, and their horses would be in the barnyards, and the horse feed that they feed them is obviously big bales of hay or hay stacks, and they just have a kip. A kip in Australia, a slang again, a kip is to have a rest. So they'd hit the hay by having a rest or a kip on those haystacks just to relieve themselves.
Don't forget to comment.
It's a beautiful highlight. I'm not too sure who that brother was, but he's quite handsome.
What a beautiful brother. What a beautiful brother. Who is that brother? Was that a brother?
Oh, no, he looks very familiar, Brother John, Sister Steph, but he is quite handsome.
Well, one day I'm going to figure out who it is, but in the meantime, it's been quite impressive what you guys do in Queensland. The snakes, do you ever, I mean, I know where you live is very, very warm and humid. Do you see a lot of snakes where you are and, up in Townsville?
Yeah, absolutely, brother. We actually have professional snake catchers out here to catch the snakes if we ever come across one. But in my line of work, especially in pest control, we're always underneath houses or in humid environments where your bugs and insects like to breed and whatnot. And we're always coming across all sorts of snakes. We've got
Hello, sorry, Brother Morgan. I just want to butt in, but can I ask po, where did you buy the koala stuffed toy po? Because I think I want to buy one po.
Yeah, so no sponsorship or paid advertising. Like Kmart does offer a range of plush toys where you can collect those cute koalas from. Sister Steph, if you're ever interested, go to Kmart.
Yeah, stuffed koalas are always.
Just Kmart.
Yeah, it's
just Kmart. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So usually, you can get them anywhere. Actually, it's always a favorite for a lot of the tourists. And even when you're going back overseas, there's some nice person you can give them is a koala, but they don't realize, they don't realize that koalas. We're not in Australia. I'm not sure if it's Queensland, but in New South Wales, we're not allowed to touch them anymore. So when you go to the park, you used to be able to cuddle them, but now you're not allowed to cuddle them because apparently they get all shaky and they get all stressed out. So they stop them, but they are protected. But they're beautiful, beautiful animals, though. I don't know why they call them koala bear. They don't need like a bear, but they call them koala bear. So I don't think they can attack. I've seen them getting aggro, but I've never seen them attack anything. But
yeah, they are quite cute, Brother John. But they do have their limits. And again, you don't want to go harassing them. They are a protected species. So before we continue, what to expect from our show? In this special year-end episode, we'll look back at the best moments from the show this year. We'll share some fun facts, exciting stories, and of course, more highlights from our episodes. You'll also get a chance to hear some behind-the-scenes details. It's going to be a fun and memorable way to celebrate everything we've done in Made in Australia this 2024. So make sure to stay with us. We'd also like to know, sorry, Brother John, but also like to know what your most interesting fun fact about each suburb that you've learned over the past year. So we've had many episodes throughout Queensland, Australia West, even Papua New Guinea. So if anything stood out to you, mention in the comments there, and we'd like to hear your reflection on this year's rebranding of Made in Australia. Brother John?
It's a great branding, actually. I love the name Made in Australia. Just before we played the Queensland highlight video, just before we play that, I'd just like to say that I think Sister Heidi, my wife, and my daughter are due to go to Townsville one of these days because we just met one of our resident minister there, Brother Sean Bernal from the local congregation of Mackay. Apparently, he takes care of camps as well. That's why I asked you a little earlier how far they are from Townsville. But I think it's time. We're long overdue to visit your part of the world, Brother Morgan. And I do like hot weather as well. So I think we may actually be seeing each other sooner rather than later. But I hope everything will be ready. But let's go ahead. Let's go straight into the first highlight from Queensland for the year. So what we'll do is we'll get ready to relieve the excitement, the fun, and the memories. Here's our first highlight of the year for Queensland. Go ahead, Kuya Tech.
I used to never be able to swim, but since not being able to swim, I kind of forced myself to learn how to swim to stop myself from drowning, basically. Firstly, we have the INCradio, and that uni allows us to open up to all sorts of cultures worldwide. The 4 seasons in one day is something commonly known in Melbourne in particular. We don't get that in Townsville. In Townsville, we only get our wet and dry season. So, snake species, Australia is host to, majority of the world's most venomous snakes. So it's always something new, especially here in Townsville, with the humid climate up here. We have a lot of snakes breeding, and we have a lot of reports of snake catchers catching various species of snakes. So we're always getting new farmers, I believe like a while ago, from farmers where they'd just be a bit tired from work in the field, and their horses would be in the barnyards, and the horse feed that they feed them is obviously big bales of hay or haystacks, and they just have a kip. A kip in Australia, a slang again, a kip is to have a rest. So they'd hit the hay by having a rest or a kip on those haystacks just to relieve themselves.
Don't forget to comment.
I guess the Queensland highlight is you, Brother Morgan, because you're from Queensland. So, Sister Steph, go ahead, please. Sister Steph, sorry.
Yes po, so I would just like to greet po some of the brethren po who are now watching po the INCRadio broadcast po. So to Sister Violet Mercado po, hi daw po for Ka Jojo from Altona po. And we also have Brother Jason Pugat po. He said, happy viewing po to all brethren, #Shepherdon. And also po, Sister Bernadette Ngo. She said, hello po, Tita Perlita Kabilangan from Altona po. And also we have brethren Mubs Magno po. Hi po, Nanay Tess from Altona as well. Yes po, Brother Jojo.
Yes, thank you, sister. And all our commenters, be sure to join our discussion. Leave a meaningful comment to be featured on our next episode. A special INCRadio merchandise will be given away to the top commenters. Be sure to take your photos with your family and friends and send them through to us so we can see all your family, all your friendly faces, and joining in our church activities. Brother John?
You know what, Brother Morgan? I'm finding the weather before we do the weather updates in a few seconds there. I find that today, this activity that we've had a really hot weather, but today we just had a perfect, gorgeous weather. I mean, it's warm, but then you get this nice, cool breeze, like a cool change coming through. It's just beautiful. But I believe Sister Steph's about to introduce the weather report. But I just thought I'd make a comment that this has been a really nice day. I think that the Church of Christ, Iglesia Ni Cristo, in our activity is always being blessed with good weather. That's what I find. That's what I find anyway. So today is just one of those days again. I just thought I'd make a comment on that. I guess it's a great way for us to end the year as well, to have such a beautiful weather along with your brothers and sisters. Go ahead, Sister Steph, about the weather.
All right, po. So before we continue to our topic discussion, po, let's turn our attention to the skies with the latest weather update po today. Now that we have our CFO day po, it is a bit hot today, and it is really, really just a bit humid po, maybe, but yeah, still hot. And also and that's for also for so that's also for the weather update po. So Brother John po.
Oh, that was a bit unexpected. I was expecting a weather report thing, but anyway, it's done. It's good. End of the year. Let's talk about the highlights. Let's see what happened. Hey, by the way, I'm going to ask you, this is off the cuff here. What has been the best thing that happened to you this year, Sister Steph? In 2024, what's the best thing that's happened to you that you're grateful for to God?
I think the best thing that happened po to me this year po is lucky po that I am here in Australia po. Like
Yay! Welcome to
I'm just
Sydney.
new po. Thank
Yes.
you so much po, Brother John. And also po, it's also an honor for me po to be here and be a host po for the INC Radio broadcasting po. And actually, this would be my second time po, but my first time to host po, I was with Sister Diane po, and for my first run through po from the Unity Games. And I'm also very blessed po kasi it is hard to be here in Australia po, and I'm also living alone po, but I also have my relatives. But still, it is hard to be a student po. And I think po the brethren from Further Part po because they really look out for me po.
Okay, that's the beauty about the being a member of the Church of Christ. Wherever you are in the world, I will guarantee you, hand in my heart, that you'll never be alone. As long as there's kapatid or brethren in that place, you will never be alone. So, in fact, today's activity, Brother Morgan, if you're not aware, actually focus on a lot of the international students because we know that a lot of them are alone. Same situation as Sister Steph. So we had a lot of giveaways today, clothing, grocery goods, items, non-perishables. So it was a big help today, and this is something that's been ongoing. It hasn't just happened just today. So it's just a way for us to. We thought that what, at the end of the year, let them celebrate something, let them take a few things home. But Brother Morgan, for yourself, what has been the highlight of your life that you're so grateful to God for this year, for 2024?
Yeah, absolutely, Brother John, Sister Steph. So very similar to Sister Steph, having the opportunity to be a host for INC Radio has definitely just opened up a whole new world within the Iglesia Ni Cristo for me to explore, all the more communicating and uniting with our beloved brethren all over the world from each different congregation, to be able to all the more appreciate what our congregations have to offer, not just in Australia, but Papua New Guinea, all over the world. All the more being able to engage and interact with our brethren, all the more contributing to that love of the brotherhood. It's just all the more feeling welcomed and having a home built inside the Iglesia Ni Cristo with that relationship you build within your faith as well. So the INC Radio is something that I never expected. But I'm so happy to be a part of it, Brother John.
Oh, Brother Morgan, you're very becoming pretty famous. People in Philippines actually know you. You go there, they're gonna ask you, "Are you Brother Morgan?" You'll be surprised how many people will watch, and they'll do the repeats. I mean, that was the thing that I had when I went there. It's like I was shocked that people remember like who I am because in Australia there's so many shows around the world, but that's it. Are you from Australia? You go to Central and then you get those, especially the young Kadiwa, because they watch every show there is, the young ones. They'll come in, just come up to you. Now, before we look at the New South Wales highlights or the NSW highlights, Kuya Tech, I'd like to say that what I'm really grateful for 2024 that happened to me this year really is that I don't know, it sounds a little bit mundane for some people, but to me, it's actually great. I felt like this year has been a very productive day, very productive year. Like what they were saying in our earlier updates earlier. It's been very productive. Everything that needs to be done happened to have been done. And all I had to do was just follow what God was telling me to do. So in a worship service, it tells you to work hard, provide for your family as a father of the house, as a husband. I find that if I just do what I'm supposed to do, God's just giving me so much things. So this is the thing that I'm really grateful for. And I think 2024 was something that really, I was praying the other day and I just realized I just had to do what he was telling me. And look what's happened to me this last year. Can you imagine what's going to happen in 2025 and the rest of my life? So I think this year was really an eye-opening. I should already have known this, but somehow it's just very, very eye-opening. So I thank God for every minute of my life that I have I have a life in peace, and that I have a life of, where I see things that most people doesn't see at the moment. That's another story, Brother
Absolutely,
Morgan.
Brother John. That's absolute truth. Having that right and privilege to be able to perform these services and have our Lord God by our side, just guiding us the whole way, is truly what the Iglesia Ni Cristo is all about. It's a blessing, Brother John. In saying all that, Brother John, what is your favorite part of 2024 thus far?
So far, 2024, the actual one favorite part of it is actually, you know what, Brother Morgan, I have to tell you this. I'm not kidding. Probably hosting with you, because I watched you. I thought, this guy's really good. And I got to host with you. And I was thinking, I'm really blessed. I'm learning from this guy. So to me, that's what I felt. That was probably the highlight of my INC Radio for this year. I'm sure there's others, but that's the one that sort of stuck in my head because you're right in front of me at the moment. But yeah, the first time that we hosted together, I was like, this guy is really good. I can learn a lot from
Oh,
this
brother
guy.
John,
So,
that touches
well,
the heart.
it's what God has showed me. You can learn from many people. I'm sure we'll learn a lot from Sister Steph over time as well. But you know what? Without further ado, let's have a look at some of the highlights for New South Wales
Oh,
as well.
sorry, brother John.
So,
Before we do check
oh,
out the highlights, we do just want to mention we have a weather update just come through. Clear Tech, if we could just play our weather update video, please.
G'day. Here are our weather updates for today. Starting from the city of Sydney, we're expecting tops of max of 23, cloudy and humid with little rain. Moving down to the city of Melbourne, it will be a max of 26 degrees, rather cloudy. Going to the city of Brisbane, it will be a max of 26 degrees, a couple of showers and a thunderstorm in the morning. Otherwise, mostly cloudy and humid. Going to the city of Perth, we can expect a max of 23 degrees, plenty of sunshine. Moving on to the city of Adelaide, we can expect a max of 26 degrees, sunshine and a few clouds. And now travelling to the city of Hobart, it will be a max of 20 degrees, mostly cloudy. Going to our capital of city of Canberra, we are expecting a max of 23 degrees, mostly cloudy. Last but not the least, our warmer city of Darwin, it will be the max of 23 degrees and a thunderstorms in the spots of the morning, otherwise very warm with more clouds than the sun. That's the weather all around Australia. I'm Sister Marissa Arap. See you all again next week.
Thank you to our beautiful sister Marissa Orap. I know her whole family, the great family, very, very active family. Thank you for that update. Now, let's continue to the highlights. So let's have a look at some of the New South Wales highlights that's happened for 2024. So when ready, please play the highlights and we'll all be watching. And let's make a comment on it straight after. Go ahead, play School Attack.
Your photos as well to us so that we can even show not just your comments but also your wonderful photos, okay? And of course, what are you gonna be waiting on next, Julian? What do you call it? Your code? Yeah, my code. Or the, what do you call this, the other one? The thermal? No. Huh?
We're gonna have to get the cardigan.
Okay. It's the puffy. The puffy. The puffy jacket, yeah.
Sister Diane Ferrari, and see you again next week.
I love the background in that one. Did you see the background, all the pine? You know, believe it or not, we take it for granted. But worldwide, very few people get to see that kind of pine tree. Did you know that? Anyway, I'm a tree person too. I like trees. But man, I'm surprised there was no cockatoos in the back because they love to eat those pines. You know those white cockatoo?
It was a very quiet day during that. I was gonna say that was a very fast travel, Sister Diane. Welcome back to the
Teleport. That's one of her great skills. Sister Diane's a teleporter as well. So one day she will teach us. We'll have a segment on teleportation.
Of course, we can't forget to give a biggest shout out to the woman behind the scenes. Yes, who has been like a non-stop writing, the most beautiful, the most intelligent, the most helpful, multi-skilled, the most skilled, yes. Our producer for today, yes, But we can't forget all her hard work for today. See, she's covering the Unity Games and also producing our show. So that is the one. And also she's single, by the way. Masipag na masipag po yan. Very, very happy.
Well, that was a bit of fun there, Sister Steph. That was your first hosting as well. I like to see some of these ad-libs that come along. So, yeah, it's kind of it's fun. It's doing INCRadio is a lot of fun. I know it's serious. It's something we take seriously, and we make sure that everything we do is professional. But it's just a lot of fun.
Yes po ka Jojo, and also I just want to add po. Sorry po, yes po ka John, and also I just want to add po because the first time I broadcasted po with Ate Dayan po, I was just like, oh, I think I just go with the flow po. And she was just like, oh, she was just encouraging me with also Ate Gillian here on my side as well. And she was just like, oh, yes, see? And also, they're encouraging me to, just converse lightly, be natural, be, just be friendly and all. And I was just, I was so happy about it. So it's really, really like, this because this is like my second dream. I really wanted to be a news reporter someday, but yeah, I pursued nursing. That's why. Yeah, but thank you for giving me the chance to be a broadcaster as well.
No, you fit the title, Sister Steph. You're a natural, so you're always more than welcome, Brother John. Sister Steph, she just has that reporter vibe about her.
Yeah. I think it must be that big smile that she's got on her face. It's always nice. You know, you know what? I'll tell you. He's I don't know if it's a conspiracy theory thing, but this is what I believe. Right? Women can be. It's impossible for women to be unattractive when they're smiling. A woman who smiles is always attractive. Find me a woman who doesn't smile and everyone finds attractive. So that's why, sister Steph, you can converse with people, you can talk to people because you're smiling all the time, and that's secret.
Thank you
So all you
po.
ladies out there, take example from that. Just
Thank
smile.
you po.
Don't be so angry. Don't be an angry
Yes
woman. Be a
po.
smiling woman. Okay. So I think we're due for a little break there, sister Steph. Are we?
Sorry po.
I think
So
we're due
yeah,
for a little bit of. Go on,
yeah,
Steph.
we're
Brother
just
Morgan.
about to head to
Yes
a
po.
break, Sister Steph.
Oh, so stay tuned po because you are watching Made in Australia, brought to you by INCRadio, Australia's satellite studio, one of the official satellite studios of INCRadio.
You are listening to Iglesia ni Cristo Radio, the voice of truth.
Finally, school's over.
Yo, Andre, let's play that new game.
I have a test coming up tomorrow. I should probably study, but I've been really excited to play that new game. What should I do?
We missed you on the game yesterday. How'd the test go though?
Really well, actually. Gotta make smart choices, you know?
And that's the value of making the right and smart choices while we're still young. It's also a matter of self-discipline. Wise decisions we make in our youth help us achieve a meaningful and purposeful life, bringing honor and glory to our Almighty God. Made in Australia.
All right, so welcome back to Made in Australia, brought to you by INCRadio, Australia Satellite Studio, one of the official satellite studios of INCRadio. But before we go any further, we would like to play one of our Let's Learn Aussie Slang segments. Clear Tech, if we could have that video played through. G'day mates, it's time to learn another Aussie slang. On our previous show, you might have heard our hosts mention the phrase fair dinkum. This is part of our Aussie slang, meaning something is genuine or unquestionably good. It is often used as a general expression of approval. For example, you might say, these brownies are fair dinkum, meaning they are exceptionally good. So next time you taste something or see something good, give it a try and say fair dinkum. I hope you enjoyed our Aussie slang for this week, and don't forget to spread kindness. I'm Morgan, and see you again next week to learn more. Yeah,
was-
fair dinkum, Brother John.
Oh,
You heard that before?
that was like fair income, brother Morgan. That's really good, eh? But there's also another way of saying it as well. Sometimes when I guess it's sort of sarcasm as well. You go, oh, fair income, really?
Yeah,
That's what I hear a lot.
Used, different expressions.
But the original version really is something that's positive. So, oh, that's fair income. Look at that. Wow, love that. Yeah. What do you think of that one? Oh, I think it's pretty good too.
Yeah, Sister Steph, have you ever come across any of our Australian slang lately in your area, or is there any that have caught your attention?
Um, yeah, but some like po, the brekkie,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
the simple ones po, Brother Morgan.
No,
Only those.
absolutely.
I think we have to meet in person po, so you could teach me more about the Aussie slangs po.
No, so the more just to keep hosting system, you'll become more fluent in the slang than I am and Brother John.
I think Brother Morgan will make Aussie slang a standard worldwide eventually. So people who don't even live here will eventually use it overseas. One day you're gonna go to South Africa and you hear someone say "fair dinkum," or they'll probably do something like that. Probably say something, or in the Philippines. You never
Those
know.
are
You
all
never know.
new.
No,
Those are all new po to my dictionary. I have to learn all of it po.
yeah. So speaking of which, Brother John, in our previous episodes throughout 2024, have you had an Aussie slang that kind of caught your attention also?
Yeah, I think we talked about this before. Bee's knees.
Yeah, the bee's
It's not
knees.
the original, but it's still pretty good. Just a little bit, like a size of a bee, right? And their knees are very short. So bee's knees, Brother Morgan, that's a real one there.
Yeah. No. All right. So
How do you do that po again? How do you do that again? Is it like that po?
uh,
Is it?
I,
Is it?
I did not do that. I didn't mean to say yeah. I didn't know. I
But you
did do that
can
too. I
also
didn't realize.
you can also go in Australia, Sister Steph. This one here, that's you call it shaka. So it's like hang loose or having a good time.
What's up, bro? What's up?
Yeah, absolutely. So, you also watched the Let's Learn Aussie Slang. We hope that you picked up a few new phrases this year. Up next, we've got another highlight that truly stands out from this year. Let's take a look at our third unforgettable moment of 2024.
G'day, welcome to Discovering Down Under, brought to you by Made in Australia, where we take you on a journey through one of the most diverse cities in the world. Welcome to Melbourne.
Welcome to Melbourne.
Welcome to Melbourne. Melbourne is known for its stunning art scene, beautiful parks, amazing landscapes, and incredible food.
The city has earned its reputation as one of the most livable places on the planet.
Join us as we discover our joy in Melbourne. Let's go! Let's start at the heart of it all, the Central Business District, or as we locals like to call it, the CBD. It's where the pulse of Melbourne really lives. So whether you're looking at the famous Flinders Street station or walking down a lively laneway filled with street art, or visiting our very lively Federation Square, you'll find the CBD offers a rich tapestry of history and modern living. And Melbourne's famous tram network, which is free in the CBD, gives you easy access to world-class restaurants, cafes, museums and theatres.
What truly sets Melbourne apart is its commitment to green spaces. As you can see here, we have beautiful gardens, beautiful parks, and wide open spaces. And every suburb here has access to nature.
Melbourne is also a place that values knowledge and learning. This is why the State Library of Victoria is one of the most famous libraries in the world, because this is where history, literature, and architecture converge. But aside from this, Melbourne has a network of public libraries in its suburbs. This is where people gather for educational programs and workshops for all ages.
Beautiful highlight from our beloved brethren there, Brother Warwick, especially coming through with our Aussie slang throughout the year. So, big thank you to Brother Warwick, his family, and all our beloved brethren in New South Wales there, I believe. Before we continue on, Brother John, Sister Steph, we just want to give a quick shout out to a few of our viewers in the comment section. We have Brother Alexandra G. Hi, Paul, from the local congregation of Altona. We have Bernadette Miguel, greetings, Paul, and happy viewing from Altona as well, Paul. We have Sister Angela Gore, who's asking for a special request to please feature the local congregation of Shepparton. Sister Angel, I'm sure we'll be able to organize something if we could just allow our producers to know, and we might be able to make something work there. Thank you for all your support. We always see the brethren from the local congregation of Shepparton coming through strong each and every week. So we'd like to give a quick shout out to all of you, to our beloved supervising district minister of Queensland, Brother Orlando McKayan. Hello, Paul. To our beloved CFO overseer here in Queensland, Brother Mark Caseo and your family. We wish you all the best. Thank you, Paul.
You know, Melbourne holds a special spot for me. I was there for 10 years. Love Melbourne. And also they are, not just Melbourne, Victoria in general. They're just a week in, week out. They're just supporting INCRadio, and we can never thank them enough. So we do appreciate you. Shepparton, we definitely know you. We see you every single week, and we always thank you. We definitely will have to have a feature of Shepparton. Shepparton is a beautiful regional area of Victoria. So I think it deserves the attention that it needs. And also deserves the tourism dollars that it needs as well, because it's a really great place. It's beautiful over there. You want to go somewhere clean? Go to Shepparton. That's somewhere we're gonna definitely have to look at. You know what? But before, you know, I mean, we're a little bit early in our schedule here, but I'm gonna ask. This is something we gotta do, because this is this is a final show for the year. Okay, apart from the New Year's Eve. You know what do you guys have planned for 2025 that'll be different to 2024 to make your life, to become a better person? I mean, starting with you, Sister Steph, what is your plan for 2025 to be a better person?
My plan for the 2025, I think right now I don't really have anything about, my goals about the 2025. I'm just thinking that I want to, pursue my studies, continue to, I just want to continue worshiping the Lord, and also, I just don't want to, because it's hard, um, because being a student here, it really is hard. So I don't, you know, so, sige, sabihin na natin in Tagalog na ayokong pabayaan. Hindi kasi nahihirapan ako ngayon mag-English. I'm so sorry ka John, ka Morgan. But kasi mas heartfelt kapag Tagalog. Kasi ang hirap para sa akin bilang estudyante, kasi dito na masakit para sa akin na mapalayo sa pamilya ko. And talagang iniisip ko by the year 2025 na gusto ko silang makasama na, just like permanently here sa Australia, na gusto ko na talagang matapos na maayos ang aking inaaral ko. And habang nag-aaral po ako, ayoko rin na mapabayaan ang aking pagsamba at pagtupad. Kaya kahit ano man po mangyari, hindi ko po papabayaan ang aking pagsamba at pagtupad.
Okay, that's kind of weird. Brother Morgan, she said that she had no plans, but she gave me all the plans she had for 2025. So she's taking it one step at a time.
I'm so sorry.
Focus on her studies. Focus on her membership in the Church of Christ, her duties, to fulfill all her duties. But make sure never to forsake the worship service. And hopefully next year, she can join her family here as well. So that's pretty much, she has a plan. This is a really wonderful and positive plan, Sister Steph. And I think, if you work hard on what you're doing, Sister Steph, you're always going to achieve it with the help of God. How about you, Brother Morgan? What's your plan for 2025?
Yeah, absolutely, Brother John, Sister Steph. Just as Sister Steph mentioned, all the more commit myself to the activities and offices upheld inside the Church of Christ, all the more strengthening my faith. Of course, this is our greatest wealth in this life, being a part in our election in the Iglesia Ni Cristo, brother. But all the more, as much as I commit myself further to the Iglesia Ni Cristo and all of our beloved brethren, I all the more want to be a bigger part of Iglesia Ni Cristo and all our brethren unite. So I want to make it my resolution or New Year's resolution to strive to learn Tagalog because it's a big aspect of the Iglesia Ni Cristo. And as much as I'm striving to be a part, I feel there's a language barrier that I need to cross. So I'm going to try to commit myself next year to all the more learning Tagalog to try and all the more embrace everything Iglesia Ni Cristo has to offer. If I'm going to commit myself to the Iglesia Ni Cristo Church of Christ, it is going to have to be a big part of my life of learning Tagalog, Brother John. So that's my plan, brother. Yeah.
That's a good plan because when you learn Tagalog, then you can
John?
teach me Tagalog.
Oh my gosh.
Sister Steph,
John,
yes.
I just want to ask Morgan if he has if he has a segment for the Aussie slangs. I think we should also do one in Tagalog for him.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good idea, Sister Steph. Yeah, Tagalog segments would be a big help for all our Australian viewers, especially also around the world who are Filipino.
Yeah. You know what? I'm old, right? I've seen it many years. I've seen people who are going to be leaders in the church. I've seen people who are going to become ministers in the church, and I'm never wrong. I've seen them all. I had seen them as teacher. I was teaching children's versus service. When I was teaching them, they were little, and I said, "This is going to be a minister. I can tell. This one's going to be a leader, like some sort of a head deacon. I can tell. Going to be a choir leader. I can tell." And pretty much every single one that I picked have become ministers, head deacons, and choir leaders. Isn't that freaky? And I think, Brother Morgan, you have one of those as well. I think you are definitely going to be one of the leaders in the church. I can see as you progress in your journey because you do care for people. You do love the brethren as well. You love your duty. So I could see that definitely. So I wish you the best. 2025, a great success. For me personally, if you're here behind me, by the way, we're having a closing prayer. It's event's about to finish. But for me, my plan, actually, I'm going to document it for the year. I'm going to put a little podcast on it. I'm going to see what happens when a person does everything, every waking moment of their life, doing everything that is positive. Nothing wasted, no wasted time for the year 2025. I'm going to document everything and I want to see where it leads us to. Because you know why? I believe God wants us to be productive. I believe God wants us to help others. And to help others, we have to be able to be a better person, a better man. So you either got to be healthier, so eat healthy. I won't waste my time eating rubbish. I want, and I'll make sure I exercise every single day. So this is something I look forward to for 2025. So I think all of us will be doing well. I think Brother Richard in the background, that's pretty much the end of our show, pretty much almost there. Brother Morgan, you have any last minute shout out as well?
Yeah, brother John, that's a very inspiring plan for 2025. I'll definitely subscribe to your positive embrace, Brother John. But a special shout out to Marvin Del Rosario and the Del Rosario family from the local congregation of Townsville here in the District of Queensland.
Hello, Marvin.
We also like to give a quick shout out to Tisha Caseo in Caboolture. Hello, visible family of Mackay and Caboolture. Sister Bernadette Nagao again coming through. Hello to the Mendoza family. # local congregation of Altona. Also, I think we have a special request from brother, a minister, brother DJ Maguiwit, is in our live chat. So we'd like to say hello to you, brother. And the resident minister of Dandenong, hello to you, brother, in our live chat. Thank you for all your support always.
Sister Steph, any last shout out for you as well? And by the way, I'll go back to your last shout out, Brother Morgan. Sister Steph, what last shout out? Anyone you want to say hello to?
Okay, but I would like to shout out first from two of the comments. So Sister Angel Agorpo, she said, "You can do it, sister," from Shepherdson po. Thank you so much po, Sister Angel. And also, I saw one po. I think this is referring to Brother Morgan and me po. Brother William Manabat po, he said, "You're all good, Sister Steph. We might as well promote a Tagalog or Taglish segment po. Also good for our younger audience po." And he is from Shepherdson po. We love INCRadio Australia, as they have said po. And also po, thank you so much for those who gave me support po throughout the whole show po. Thank you, God. Thank you, Brother John. Thank you, Brother Morgan po.
And your last shout out there, Brother Morgan, I cut you off there. What was your last shout out to anyone you want to greet in the Philippines, in Metro Manila?
Yeah,
Makati.
very specific, brother. I'm not too sure what your intentions are, but of course, a big shout out to my beloved fiance there in the district of Manila, local congregation of Makati. Hello, poor sister Judith de Guzman Ortega, my beloved fiance. I'm looking forward to seeing you very shortly. A bit of a plug to our future in August, beloved brethren. We are getting married August 16th in a local congregation of
Hello, congrats, brother.
Thank you, Paul. So if any brethren
Congrats,
happen to be,
brother.
thank you, Paul. If any brethren happen to be in Pasay in August 2025, you're all more than welcome to attend. We thank you for all your support, Paul. Thank you.
Wow,
Sorry,
from
can I add
Pasay.
Yes, brother,
Uh,
yes. Yeah.
Brother, can I add po,
Yeah,
something for the
sure.
shout out po? I would just like to shout out po to my hometown po, Metro Manila South, local ng Pamplona po, and also Croydon Park po, to Kuya Meljun, Asinat Guzman, Aubrey Bolaño, and also from Blacktown po, Shalene Larca and Oliver Jimenez, and also the, the creative people po behind the scene of my INC Radio broadcasting po, Sister Diane and Sister Gillian po. And they were they
Yeah,
were doing something behind
they're,
in front of people. Yes.
they're
So
always
thank you
an
po so much.
inspiration. These two are
Yes
always an
po.
inspiration. Also to our brother Ivy Bataya as well. She's constantly working hard, nonstop, to make sure this radio show goes well as well. And yeah, there's just so many people to thank. But we are running short of time, and I know next year will be a bigger and better year for not just us individual, but also for the entirety of the church. We love you, brother Eduardo. So we hope that we do see you soon, Paul, because uh, the, you know, what will make my whole year will be to see Brother Eduardo visit us here in Australia. And one of my most treasured possession is a photo with Brother Angelo I had when I went to Central. So that's if that shows where my loyalty lies. That's really something I'm going to be grateful for the rest of my life, to have them in my life. But Sister Steph, almost the end of the show.
Yes po. So, and that wraps up our special year-end episode po of Made in Australia. Can't believe that it is also 2025 on Wednesday. I cannot believe it.
Mm.
I'm not ready to go back in school. Okay, so thank you for joining us as we celebrated the highlights of 2024 and the amazing journey we've shared this year po. Thank you po for being a part of INC Radio Australia po. We're so grateful to have had you with us po, and we can't wait to bring you more exciting stories and adventures in the next year po. So we might see some exciting news po maybe
We
on
definitely
Sunday.
will. We definitely will. There's always going to be, and also make sure you tune to INC Radio Australia during the New Year's Eve special as well, okay? Now, before we head up, we would also like to say, we would like to thank our CFO coordinator, Brother Angelo Iranio Manalo, and of course, our beloved Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo. So thank you very much for all your support. For now, please continue to stay tuned because we believe we still have INC Radio South Korea on the line. Thank you.
And see you all next year here in Made in Australia, brought to you by INC Radio Australia. And for all our brethren visiting the Philippines, make sure you come back with all your digits in the new year.
Thank you po. Thank you po. Thank you so much po.
Special shout out to Kuya Tech on board in main studio. Thank you, Kuya Tech. And thank you to all the viewers and listeners po, Kuya Tech, later on.
Thank you po. Hi ma, hi ate.
Hello po.
Kuya Meljun. Finance po.
Bye-bye. 2025 coming.